disappear. First and second arch appears in the 4th week of intrauterine life. First and second pharyngeal arch, it appears in the 4th week of intrauterine life. Third, 4th and 6th arch, it appears in the 5th week of intrauterine life. Now understand what structure develops from which pharyngeal arch and how these pharyngeal arches are formed. First, see this is the formation of the GIT. This black color line, this is ectoderm, it is present outside. Then inside, this is endoderm, this is the endoderm. In between these two germ layers, this is the mesoderm. This is mesoderm. This membrane is known as buccopharyngeal membrane. This is buccopharyngeal membrane. It ruptures to form oral opening. Now what happens, this mesoderm, it shows rod-like thickening. So see the next diagram. This is the buccopharyngeal membrane, and rod-like thickening appears in the mesoderm, which are total 5 in counting: 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So thickening appears in the mesoderm and they form the pharyngeal arches. Numbering, this is the first pharyngeal arch, second pharyngeal arch, third arch, fourth arch and the sixth arch, fifth arch disappear. Now each pharyngeal arch has 4 components: skeletal component, muscular component, nerve component and arterial component. Nerve and artery component. So these are the 4 structures. In this manner we study what structure is forming from each pharyngeal arch. First pharyngeal arch. What skeletal part of the body develop from first pharyngeal arch? Skeletal develop from Meckel's cartilage. So question, Meckel's cartilage develop from the first pharyngeal arch. This Meckel's cartilage, what it forms? It forms malleus bone, incus bone and bones of face. Muscular part, muscular component, it forms muscles of mastication plus muscles of mastication, then anterior belly of digastric muscle, tensor tympani and tensor palatii. These muscles, these are the derivative of the first pharyngeal arch. The next component is the nerve. Which nerve belongs to first pharyngeal arch? The nerve is mandibular nerve. Mandibular nerve is the third division of the fifth cranial nerve. Then the artery, which artery developed from the first pharyngeal arch? Answer is maxillary artery. Now, the second pharyngeal arch. What skeletal component? Skeletal component is known as the Richards cartilage. This Richards cartilage, it forms 5S. This is the mnemonic 5S. What is this? Stapes bone, styloid process, superior cornu, oblique smaller cornu of hyoid bone, superior half body of hyoid and stylohyoid ligament. So, these are the 5 structures which develop from Richards cartilage. This is the skeletal part, skeletal component. The second is the muscular component. Muscular component, it gives origin to muscles of face. Apart from the muscles of face, what other muscles? It is the posterior belly of digastric, posterior belly digastric muscle. This is an important question. Plus stapedius muscle. Stapedius muscle. These muscles are derivative of the second pharyngeal arch. Now, the nerve. What is the nerve of second pharyngeal arch? Answer is the facial nerve. Artery, which artery develop from second pharyngeal arch? Answer is no artery develop from second pharyngeal arch. So, this is about the second pharyngeal arch. The next is the third pharyngeal arch. Skeletal component. The skeletal component which develop from third pharyngeal arch, this is the inferior cornu and inferior half of body of hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is a small bone, but it develops from 2 pharyngeal arches. Then the muscular part, muscular component. Muscular component, only one muscle developed, that is the stylopharyngeus muscle. This muscle belongs to pharynx. Now, the nerve, which nerve is the nerve of third pharyngeal arch? Answer is glossopharyngeal nerve. Next is the artery, which artery develop from third pharyngeal arch? Answer is common carotid artery and internal carotid artery. Now, the fourth pharyngeal arch and the sixth pharyngeal arch, both should be studied together. Why? Because the skeletal components, both the arch, they form the cartilage of larynx. They form muscles of larynx and pharynx. Both these arches, fourth and sixth, they form cartilage of larynx, muscles of larynx and pharynx. What is the nerve? Writing here, which nerve develop from the fourth and the sixth arch. The fourth arch nerve is the superior laryngeal nerve. Nerve is superior laryngeal nerve, and the sixth arch nerve is recurrent laryngeal nerve. Both are the branches of vagus nerve, superior laryngeal nerve and recurrent laryngeal nerve. The last part is the artery. Which artery develop? First fourth arch. It gives to arch of aorta on left side, and this right subclavian artery on right side. So, on each side two different arteries develop from the fourth pharyngeal arch. From the sixth arch, pulmonary artery on each side. So, this is all about the pharyngeal arches, a very important topic frequently asked in the exam. Thank you so much and bye bye.